G'day folks, it's Danny here. I'm at the Earth Sanctuary at the beautiful Phoenix Dome. I hope you enjoy this video. This is how we built the beautiful dome complex. All good. Hope you enjoy it.
I suppose before the kids were born, we still had this passion about the future and about the climate and talking about future generations, and we held that passion for a long time, but it wasn't until I became a father that really galvanised that.
G'day everyone, welcome back to the Earth Sanctuary. It's been a wild old summer here with relation to the weather.
We have understanding about climate and what we have to do with respect to infrastructure and what we can do to help provide greater peace and security for our little ones. Now it's just a dead set reality. Now it's like you don't have a choice. I think the first time I saw a geodesic dome, whether it was online or reading about it, or I can't recall seeing one physically, but my spirit aligned with this round dwelling. It's all I can say. I gravitated towards it. Ever since that point, looked into the research, into the matrix of a geodesic dome, and fascinated by the mathematics of it and how it was created. And from that point, it was just, I've got to start making these. I've got to get involved and seeing what we can do. For me personally, I still see it as a potential way out for our problems with climate. My emergency management background now as a paramedic, I still see there's going to be a need for emergency shelters in the future. So there was also that driving force behind it.
We're doing a lot of learning as we go here, but the biggest factor is making sure the whole decking is perfectly square.
The ability to find infrastructure that can be built by people who don't have the necessary building skills, that can go up in several hours. I was determined to clad my own geodesic dome and to find understanding.
So that guy is locked in there, as you can see, and we push up. She starts bending her into place for us.
I built was flat sheet steel, which I drew stencils, created triangular boxes out of. There's 264 of them all up. So I had to learn how to obviously use the skills to guillotine and cut and develop those boxes, because it was all handmade. That was a journey in itself in the middle of summer. The challenges that we've had with geodesic domes is furniture. Had to, easy way out of that was try and raise the domes a little bit to give you a little bit of a wall. Windows, I had to build over 40 windows.
We're just doing the triangles today with the aluminium frame, as you can see. I'm on an outback highway, crossroads in my life, say I'm a son of a gun. Oh yeah, folks, here's one of our windows just about to pop in. This is one of the smaller pentagon ones, and she just goes in like a drawer, basically.
Too many windows. I shouldn't have built that many windows in this climate, but I did.
There have been many times where you sort of sit down and just go, what are we doing? This is, extremely hard work. It's very challenging. We've got lots of visitors in the dome at the moment. Namely these little guys. Hello, little fella. Calm down. I'm not going to hurt you. Just giving you a little bum a rub.
You also had to learn about the insulation all the way up. So from all aspects of a living dwelling to the temperature of the material that you're using.
Yeah, you wouldn't be the first person to say that this development or infrastructure or home or dwelling is from outer space. It looks a little bit like that, but I guess that's half the motivation with building a beautiful dwelling like this, is to create something I guess we perceive as futuristic, but really it is hopefully all we're trying to achieve here is work a little more effectively with the elements, and with these beautiful round dwellings. It seems to deal with wind load a little bit better, energy efficiency with lighting and your thermal comfort inside. Yeah, after many years of great discussions with Tom, Dad and Benny, we finally came up with a solution of panelling out the geodesic. There's about 80mm thickness within the wall there, and we've got 2 good layers of insulation there which bring up our thermal comfort just beautifully at the moment. But we're really testing these beautiful domes out here in Alice Springs, and Central Australia is just an awesome place to test all your infrastructure. We've got extreme heats and extreme obviously cool periods as well, which we're going to see tonight. We're doing a beautiful star show tonight in -3. So these are the kind of temperature fluctuations that we have to deal with. So living in this environment is certainly interesting and challenging, and your house or your dwelling has to be equally as good. Come on in. There we go. And as you can see, she opens up beautifully inside here. In the 3 domes, there's over about 264 different panels which have all been handcrafted from flat gelv sheeting, and I bent them using a guillotine, then going through a bender which created the biscuit shape, and then they were all placed into the cavities within the dome. There's about 64 windows in this particular domeplex, if you like, and Alana and I are just working out as we're playing around with them at the moment where the best bathroom is, and central room, and obviously bedrooms as well. So this is just a test run really at the moment, which has been good fun before we start painting and then laying down the floors. And dealing with round structures is always interesting because most of your appliances and couches and your traditional benches are all made for square dwellings, but certainly living in these lovely round dwellings is just nice on your peripheral. It just seems to work really well, and there's kind of a comfort in it just by being in here. There's just something very easy on the eye when you don't have walls around you.
It's very calm inside the dome with the round structure, and the acoustics different, and it's really peaceful, really.
The main point with this particular project really was to design something that can be mobile to begin with. I think there's a huge need for infrastructure and housing for many people around the planet, which can be easily constructed and deconstructed at the same time. I think my family's always had a passion at trying to develop something which can be constructed and then deconstructed on site, can be easily installed by non-skilled labour, and the infrastructure has to be well suited to the environment around you. And to try and bring the price down for those dwellings is a priority for us. It's just nice to be able to think that you can create something and can put a roof over people's head for a lot less than what people are paying now for your more traditional square dwellings. As far as the actual geodesic itself, the surface area in which obviously you encompass with your geodesic dome, you use less materials to obviously succeed in getting that size compared to a square dwelling. So as much as 30% less materials to obviously to do that. So there's energy savings in just material, and obviously the energy it takes to create those materials is also a saving as well. When we come to thermal comfort, we're discovering that now just with lighting. It seems to light the geodesic and not get trapped in corners, whereas light obviously in square buildings can do that. And the beauty of these two as well is they can be lifted up as a dwelling, so the mobility of them is obviously very important.
Oh, let's go. Oh, magnificent.
The energy requirements for this particular dwelling is for that purpose, is to be completely independent with renewable power, and she's not too far from that already. The 12-volt electric system that runs throughout the dwelling is very similar to that of a motorhome or a caravan, and appliances are proving all the time. We've got a great 220-litre domestic fridge in there already running on 12-volt system, so it's fantastic to see the movement really that's been going on around around the planet in the 12-volt area. The technology is really quite amazing at the moment. So there's no reason these days to be able to have huge energy bills. Just being a little wiser with how you fit out your electrical system of your home. There's I think just seeing horizon is good for your sanity. It does something to your head when you see, I guess, the marks of human development, and to be able to just look on out as far as the eye can see and just see almost the curvature of the Earth. It just feels magnificent. I wish everyone could enjoy beautiful views and serenity like this.
These guys come and talked to me a few years back about the domes, and I just thought to myself, wow, that's so much like Aboriginal communities and how we live as a family unit. We should be having a look at building structures differently to what we do, just brick houses, square, cold in winter, hot in summer. I think, the dome villages gives us opportunities to experiment and make Alice Springs unique, and say to the outside world, come to Alice Springs, because you won't be staying at the Hilton, you'll be staying in the dome villages. And I think it's absolutely fantastic.
Hasn't all been successful in the sense of the thermal comforts. I didn't paint it, so the steel was still on the outside, which I loved. I'm a bit of a Star Trek fan, and people used to come up and say, there's a spaceship parked in your backyard. But unfortunately, we had a really hot summer, and when Alana and I were in there, it wasn't too bad. We still managed to keep it fairly cool. But once Charlie was born, it's getting hot, and you start thinking differently as a father of things that your little one can touch and all sorts of stuff. So we grabbed a thermometer on a really hot summer's day and got a temperature on one of the side panels outside as the sun was kicking off it. It was 98 degrees. That's a bit warm, and couldn't touch it. So Tom and I said, we've got to paint these, we've got to make a difference. But that was a phenomenal learning curve in itself, just by painting it white. It wasn't special paint, just normal white paint. Dropped it by 50 degrees, just the surface temperature. So, little things like that we love passing on to people when they're doing our tours, and it's amazing. It's just knowledge, how powerful knowledge can be. So yeah, I kind of feel a bit sad that it's white, but it was necessary.
Paint. That's just white paint.
The journey has been a great one. We love it. I still love living inside a round house. It's a beautiful structure, and if we can do that for the future for our kids, I'd love to see them living in it. It'd be great.